Before we take a look at some of the videos I've got for you, let's take a look at some of these headlines. So guys, after congressmen presented options for Donald Trump's strike in Nigeria to end insecurity, guess what? These bad guys have started fleeing the country. Like you can see this headline here, says Chad shuts border as terrorists plan to flee northern Nigeria over planned US military attack. So guys, that tells you that the north is like a breeding ground for these people. They feel harbored in the north, and now they heard that Trump is coming. They are running away, and Chad has decided to shut down their border, saying they don't want them to enter their own country. So guys, that tells you a lot about what is happening in Nigeria. And don't forget that Trump has already announced that ground operation airstrike could be part of US attack in Nigeria, and that is what they're afraid of. They are now running away because Trump said he's coming, and they know that Trump will not even give any sign before he enters Nigeria to do his work, and that is making them to be scared. So guys, many people have also wondered why the Sultan of Sokoto has been very quiet about the killing, especially the killing of Christians in Nigeria, especially in the Middle Belt. Recently we saw the level of massacre that happened there, and no northerner came out boldly to like call these people in their right name and condemn what they did. Everybody silent. Now the Sultan is said to have said anybody who fights Boko Haram is fighting the Almighty Allah. Buhari was also said to have said that any attack on Boko Haram is attack in the north. Even Garba Shehu is said to had called Boko Haram, they are northern freedom fighters, and that tells you a lot about how the north is very complacent about the terror we are experiencing in the north and the role the north has really played, in harboring these people. That is why the insecurity is not ending. The north has been in charge of military, they have been in charge of security chiefs the most, but see the level of insecurity in Nigeria. Now, Falana once accused Alimadu Sheriff to have been the one who created Boko Haram in Nigeria, and guess what? Alimadu Sheriff fired back and said he's not the one who created it. That is Shetima. And today, Shetima is the vice president of Nigeria. You now remember the video of a military man who said a repentant Boko Haram can become the president of Nigeria. When you tie all this together, you find out that the north is not even worried about the level of insecurity we are seeing in Nigeria, because these people, their aim is just to Islamize the country, to like remove anything that has to do with Western world, and then introduce Sharia and whatever religion they want to introduce. So guys, a whole lot has been happening. I'm going to allow you take a look at some of these videos just to confirm all that I've told you. But before then, there is there are these images that were posted by the Nigerian military. You can imagine, after Trump said he's going to invade Nigeria, Nigerian military tried to make the world know that they are working. They posted old images that they've been able to dislodge the terrorists, that they released some kidnapped victims and all that, only for Nigerians to dig out to discover that those images are already 9 months old images on the social media that the Nigerian military reposted. So guys, that tells you a lot about the Nigerian military and the insecurity we have in this country. Don't forget that many of these middle belt people have come out to say that they tried to call on the military to help them, but help did not come, and a whole lot. And an analyst has also said that the US does not trust the Nigerian military. They believe that the Nigerian military leak information to terrorists, and because the Nigerian military is infiltrated. So that tells you that the insecurity we have in Nigeria, if northern Nigeria wants it to end today, it's going to end. But if they just keep playing politics with it, they believe that they are freedom fighters, I tell you, it is not going to end. And let me show you how Nigerians are reacting to the old video posted by the Nigerian military. This person said, "What a shame. Trump isn't wrong for referring to us as now disgraced country." And this person said, "Every aspect of the government of this country is corrupt and lazy, because how can the Nigerian army be circulating old videos instead of tackling the issue? What kind laziness be that?" These are reactions from Nigerians. And this other person say, "Are they not even ashamed? They were called a disgraced country and they go about disgracing themselves. This is really embarrassing, because they are not even proving Trump wrong. Shame, where me agbada." That is what this person said. And another person here said, "The newly appointed military chiefs are starting the assignments with propaganda and fake news. Wonders shall never end." Anyway, guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at some of these clips. Take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification for more updates. Now take a look.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria. 100%. Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government has refused to listen and leaders are not even helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it in most things. That's really my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come, if that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real Indians of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that?
See them. Just a look. You don't see them, Abi? Now, them be the problem we get for this country. These Islamic terrorists, all these Fulani people. Now, them be these 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, all of them get gone. Just a look, all of them get gone. How they tell they get this gun? Now, still our politicians, now they supply them these guns. How all these idiots, they tell you, where they know where they want to go buy gun. Now, see politicians, now they supply them with the gun. Listen, I support Donald Trump for this action. Make he send troops. Make they come wipe them out. As he talk, he say, he go take action, he go send troops, they go wipe out all the Islamic terrorists. Say go wipe them. Now then they call wipe them. They call wipe them. You know how many people all these people don't keep? They don't keep people anywhere. They don't pursue a lot of local governments for north. Now them they stay there, they don't occupy everywhere. Everybody don't run. The one when no run, they don't kill them. The insecurity for this country, if you say a joke, some of them from north now they don't cross, come south. They do kidnapping and everywhere. Kidnapping now water now for south. Now see all these Fulani, so all these people now they don't cross on this side. You see them? Our Nigerian soldier where they fight them for that side, they go manage, capture some. They will kind of go give their oga. Their oga go come wear their clothes. They go say this one they don't repent. People who don't they kill people since. When I go hold them, when I no kill them. People who don't kill our fellow soldier, don't kill our fellow soldier. When I come they say they are repentant, wanting. When they pet them, when they pet all these people, when they pet them, and then they finish the country. Make Donald Trump come, make it tear everywhere. Make it tear, make it kill all of them. God I beg you, person if you travel through bus again. You cannot travel through road. If you try them, you are on your own, they'll kidnap you.
Who started the Boko Haram crisis in Borno State? A governor, Modu Ali Sharif, addressed the press 2 days ago and attempted to insult the collective intelligence and memory of Nigerians by denying any links with the dangerous, dreaded Boko Haram sect. I did reply him yesterday, and I'm expecting him to sue me, because he said he wanted to sue an Australian. You don't need to go to Australia. What you are looking for in Sokoto is in the pocket of your Sokoto. I'm ready to join issues with him, because not only did he sponsor that organization by providing funds for them, in 2003, he had a deal with the Boko Haram sect to get him to win the election. And if he won his re-election, he will compensate the organization. When he won that election, he appointed Alhaji Bugu Foy as the Commissioner for Religious Affairs to implement Sharia in that state. When the man attended the first Executive Council meeting, he discovered that they were all talking about contracts and how to steal money. So he went back to the camp, the Boko Haram camp, and said, where you send me to is Gida Barawi, the house of thieves. I can no longer be part of them. So he was asked to resign. And that was how Foy resigned from the government of Mutu Sharif. So to say that you don't know them is the greatest lie. I was just reminded this morning by somebody from Borno State that
what started Boko Haram. Everybody knows. It was started in Borno by the then Borno governor, Ali Sharif. He is still roaming the streets freely. Yes. When Yusuf was caught alive. Who created it? The ECOMOG. Who created the ECOMOG? We have to look at the root cause in order to find a solution. The root cause of that problem, as we know it today, is Ali Sharif. He used them for his own political machinery. He armed them as his political thugs. He even made one of them a commissioner. But they became too powerful. And they had no option but to try an elimination, which was not possible, and which we are all paying for.
But I believe we took different options, set different committees. We tried our best within that 5 years that I was there. I believe late Buhari too must have tried his best, because one of the committees we set up then, the Boko Haram nominated Buhari to lead their team to negotiate with government. So I was feeling that, if they nominated Buhari to represent them and have a discussions with the government committee, then when Buhari took over, it could have been an easy way to negotiate with them, and they would have handed over their guns, but it was still there till today. I believe the government, luckily the defense minister is here. The service chiefs all are represented here. I think we will need a slightly different approach, and God willing, we will be able to resolve this crisis. I thank you all.
One, historically, the US military has been reluctant to fight side by side with the Nigerian government because they don't trust the Nigerian military. And one specific example is when they got intelligence on the location of the Chibok girls in the forest, they were cooperating with the Nigerian army under direction of President Obama. So the US government told the Nigerian army that they would gas the camp where Boko Haram was with the girls, and then knock everybody out so that they could rescue the girls safely without exchange of gunfire. After they mapped out this plan, the next thing that happened, when the troops got to the camp of Boko Haram, they saw Boko Haram wearing gas masks. So the US realized that the Nigerian military had leaked the operational details to Boko Haram. This is why the US does not want to work directly with Nigeria with boots on the ground. Because
yeah, so you see pictures circulating that were equally shared. Yeah, those are the two victims and so on. But there's this sad twist to this story. Nigerians who are very, very savvy with social media and news dissemination, vigilance in terms of everything, decided to highlight a very worrisome issue here with this story. Apparently, this picture and the story, the images rather, do not in any way support the story. Rather, the images you see on the screen there have been highlighted to be an old rescue mission.
So from there we saw Fulani men from across the forest, from Pabuduk area, coming towards the direction of our village, Kurabirom there. We reported to the security that we were there in Kurabirom. It was only 5 mobile personnel that were there. So the security saw them coming. So they came and met at Saleh's house. They went to Saleh's house. I believe they had a meeting there. From there now, they proceeded to Kurabirom. When they reached Kurabirom, they started chanting, Allahu Akbar, Allah ba Musa'a, say Baba Buhari. So immediately they finished this chanting, they started shooting sporadically. We, the men that were there, we run to safety areas. Even the security, they flee away. The security run to Kura Falls. So we run to safety areas. So from there, they started burning our houses, looting our properties. That attack started around 5 o'clock in the evening. We were thinking that maybe, because we reported it, the commander, the FOB commander was nowhere to be found. The security that were there in Kurabirom, they tried to communicate the area commander. So the area
we live in a country where we are taking photo up with bandits. Section 2 subsection, section 14 subsection 2B of our constitution says is the role of the government to fix insecurity and get our people secured. The government has failed in this in the last 15 years. I can open my phone and read to you tweets of President Tinubu condemning Jonathan for the slaughtering of Christians then. All we are telling President Tinubu to do this morning is to do the thing you condemn Jonathan for. You can't invade a sovereign nation without the say-so of the nation. You can talk to the nation to bring you in to help solve problems. But even that has its own implications. Because America does not come and fight for you for free. This morning on my Twitter page, I put the cost that Kuwait had to pay America for the Gulf War between 1990 and 1991. As of 1990 and 1991, Kuwait paid the American government $16 billion. If you adjust that money for inflation today, it's about $40.1 billion. Everything will come with a cost. Yes, we've also talked about rare earth metals, rare earth minerals that is also here, America's own business and political interest and all of that. But secondly, the point I want to make this morning is this. Because we are a sovereign nation does not mean we shouldn't stop the killings of people. Isn't it a shame, collective shame, that it took Donald Trump to be able to rile us up for us to be able to have this conversation again? All the killings, irrespective of religion, irrespective of tribe, should people be killed the way they are being killed in this country? And people are not calling a spade a spade. I saw the likes of Shegumi talk this morning when he was saying, America has no right to threaten us. We should call their blood. What? The same Shegumi that talks in support of the criminals that says because they've not been given a better lease of life, that's why they perpetrate these crimes. We live in a country where we are taking photo up with bandits. Section 2 subsection, section 14 subsection 2B of our constitution says is the role of the government to fix insecurity and get our people secured. The government has failed in this in the last 15 years. I can open my phone and read to you tweets of President Tinubu condemning Jonathan for the slaughtering of Christians then. All we are telling President Tinubu to do this morning is to do the thing you condemn Jonathan for. Enough is enough. Like I said on the table the other day, it's because people close to us have not been killed. If it happens to you, you will speak in a harsher tone than I'm speaking this morning.
All right.
And I'm very sad for us in this country. And the data boys are playing all sorts of politics with it. The banger boys and data boys. Yes, Nigeria should engage. I'm happy that from the president side they're going to engage. But apart from engagement, is it too much to ask for that we should stop this killing once and for all?
All right. Okay.
If America brings drones here, brings, all kinds of things in any part of Nigeria, Nigeria will never be the same because no country can survive a religious war. We have seen that in other parts of the world, whether it's Afghanistan or, it's in Lebanon. So we cannot even afford that. And that's why I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must act swiftly. Acting swiftly. We have a body called Presidential Advisory Council on foreign relations, or is it international relations? Now, we have those people. We have Chief Emeka Anyauko, who is still alive. We have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Olusegun Obasanjo. We have diplomats, experienced people. We have religious leaders. Cardinal Francis Onayeka, Bishop Matthew Kuka. All of these people should be mobilized immediately. And there should be diplomatic engagement for Nigeria to say, no, it is not true. We're having security challenges in Nigeria. After all, there's religious attacks, yes, by Boko Haram, what Trump calls the Islamist state. Yeah, Professor Zulum can confirm that. If America invades Nigeria, it's not just only Nigerians that will suffer. The whole of West Africa will be destabilized. Okay, let's go a bit further. Now, Trump is fighting South Africa, trying to divide the country. Trump is now also fighting Nigeria on details that he doesn't understand. And I've seen some of them, Congressman Moore, Congressman Cole, Senator Ted Cruz, all these parachute politicians. In fact, the thing is so embarrassing that even Nicki Minaj put her mouth in the matter, saying, there's no religious freedom in Nigeria. Can Nicki Minaj just concentrate on anaconda, obligations and not talk about Nigeria? So all kinds of characters are talking. Now, part of the problem we have here is that even Nigerians, there are fifth columnists among us. If you go and check, one former governor said, Tinubu will not get second term. Is this about regime change? Is this an attempt to demonize the Tinubu administration, to stop, or to influence the process of 2027? That's a question right there. And the fifth columnists who are behind this, need to be cautioned. Freedom of expression, all the rights under Chapter 4, they have limits. And this is the time for Nigerians to be responsible and to know that the sovereignty of their country is important. People who have been gifted with all kinds of characters are talking. If you go and check, one former governor said, Tinubu will not get second term. Is this about regime change? Is this an attempt to demonize the Tinubu administration, to stop, or to influence the process of 2027? That's a question right there. And the fifth columnists who are behind this, need to be cautioned. Freedom of expression, all the rights under Chapter 4, they have limits. And this is the time for Nigerians to be responsible and to know that the sovereignty of their country is important. People who have been gifted with a microphone, whether they are politicians or public affairs commentators, should be responsible in what they say, putting Nigeria first. All of us are in distress, whether we are Christians or enemies or Muslims, and that's the point that I've seen Omoyele Sowore making. That look, what we need is good governance. If this country is properly governed, if this country is at peace, Rufai just quoted section 14 sub 2B of the Nigerian Constitution. Security and welfare of the people. It is a reminder, finally, that the Tinubu administration needs to do more to secure this environment, to make it peaceful. But I don't subscribe to the argument that America is coming for our oil. They are even supplying crude oil to Dangote refinery. They are not even buying our gas from Nigeria LNG. They are getting their gas from elsewhere. But there is a complexity. There are contradictions that we need to address. So some people say, they are coming for our resources, as they did in Libya, Syria, and other parts of the world. No. We should not demarcate our country, but we should support government. And President Tinubu should seek help. There are people in this country, I don't even know whether the Presidential Council on International Relations has been constituted. If it has not been constituted, now is the time. We have people who have experience. We need adults in the room, not the small people around who think that they know everything. We need adults in the room. It should call for help from Obasanjo, from Anyanku, from T.Y. Danjuma, from Babangida, from all the people. This is the mess that APC has created, and they should correct it by acting swiftly.
Yes. Action is what Nigerians are calling for. Like I said earlier, there have been a number of responses, reactions following the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and then further on the diplomatic conversation or undiplomatic conversations have happened between countries of both, presidents of both countries. Now let's start looking at solutions. But I think first of all, in terms of solutions, it's a good time and a good thing to call for Nigerians to be united and not, you know, speak against. But this is why consistently before this has happened, we have talked about the fragile relationship along ethnic and religious lines that this administration must fix. It was politicized heavily, and when it came to head, this administration did not do enough to correct or to address it. We said it on this table that even if it took the National Orientation Agency to promote togetherness, unity, oneness, speaking with one voice, now that we have challenges, we are now running helter-skelter and asking Nigerians to speak with one voice. Sometimes it's better to be proactive than reactive. And so now asking Nigerians to be patriotic, asking Nigerians to speak up for Nigeria, when the warnings had happened right before to say that bring people together so that when it's time, it will be genuine and you're not having to try to get people together when it wouldn't work. And that's why some people, if you see the reactions, some of them funny, some of them light-hearted, some of them supporting this move. And of course, you know, it's really largely from a place of ignorance. But it also speaks very clearly as to how disunited we are as a nation. And if there's one lesson from this, it is that we must fix that problem, because it works during politics season for a few, but when it comes to crunch matters, we would need people to really come together united and not begin to bring ethnic slurs, religious divides when it comes to issues like this. So
Trump woke up one morning out of everything that's happening in the world. So he woke up one morning and decided that, there are a lot of Christians that are buying in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, if president don't do anything about it, we are going to come in and we are going to scatter everywhere.
VDM, please stay away from international geopolitics. It's clearly not your strongest suit. You know, this is just like when you go around agitating for every cause under the sun, and Nigerians say you are just chasing clout, using people's sufferings to make content money. America gives Nigeria nearly $1 billion in aid every year, provides military training, and even shares intelligence. Nigeria gladly takes these benefits, but the moment America calls out our government for incompetence, you act like Trump just woke up one morning to insult Nigeria for no reason. In 2020, Trump sent U.S. Special Forces to rescue Philip Walton, an American abducted from Niger and brought into Nigeria. You really think he's not concerned about Nigeria becoming a terrorist base where Americans can be abducted at will? When Trump blasted NATO allies for freeloading on defense and relying on Russian oil, what dubious interest did he have in Europe? When he called out both Israel and Hezbollah group, saying they don't know what the hell they are doing, what ulterior motive did he have there? When he ordered drone strikes on terrorists in Somalia, what hidden interest was he protecting there? The soldiers that lose their lives fighting the so-called bandits, only for the government to allow such criminals hold press conference and flex their weapons. Is that not disgraceful? Sovereignty is not by mouth. If terrorists are violating your sovereignty and you are busy negotiating with them instead of crushing them, then yes, Trump calling the country a disgrace is absolutely correct.
If it's China coming to say that, people will believe it, because China is not nosing into our internal affairs. If it's Russians, people will believe them. But America are not to be liars. They said Saddam Hussein has new weapons of mass destruction, and there is none. And they have caused confusion in Iraq, in Libya, and everywhere. So when they said Muslims are killing, or there is massacre of Muslims, like Christians in Nigeria, from which side? They didn't specify whether it is the government or whether it is the Muslims that are doing it, or even if Christians are targeted. Whatever it is, if Americans can cure and eliminate the terrorists, I will welcome it myself. But I know they cannot.
Okay, when you say they cannot,
let me tell you. Okay. They have fought 20 years in Afghanistan. They could not finish them. Afghanistan is in Syria now. This same thing. And this terrorist, you see, it's not easy to just come and drop bombs here and there and think you finish them. They have infiltrated the society, so it's going to cause more damage. More Muslims and more Christians will be killed if America would drop a bomb in Nigeria. I'm telling you this. You can take it for a record. So what we are trying to avoid, we are going to even compound it. Look, myself, I have been trying to see how we can pacify these people. I've been going to see how we can pacify these people and redirect them, because they are human beings. They listen and reason. But if you say you want to use force against force, then you will compound the problem and make the the thing dirty. If Nigerian army, which has been very active in many hotspots, cannot deal with this issue for 18 years, for 15 years with Boko Haram, and now the bandits, and to me, the bandits are even more vicious because they are.
You said something about Nigerian army not being able to do something about it for some time now. You have been the person, or rather, news have actually carried it that you more like mediate or serve as an intermediary between them and the government, and that actually has sparked quite reaction among Nigerians. What can you tell us to be, some of the good points or flash points of your, interaction or discussion with them, especially when you had to get into the bush? Because the other time we're talking about giving them amnesty and all that.
Yes. You see, just to entice them to leave their weapons. You see, one thing good about it is, you see, you don't treat a disease without diagnosis. If a doctor can diagnose a disease, even if it's cancer, he will know how to manage it. So the good thing about it is now before we are fighting a phantom, we don't know something is fighting us, coming to take us. We don't know that person. Now, by going to talk with them and sit down with them and to hear their grievances and understand their psychology, so we are able now to contain the problem. Now, Kaduna is relatively safe. I can say from you don't hear any more mass killings now in Kaduna because we understand their psychology and the governor is cooperating. We are talking to them and they are keeping their weapons. They are not fighting. They're still on the weapons. They hold the weapons. But you see, this is a small, gradual process in which slowly we will civilize them. We'll take away their weapons and let them into good citizens. So this is it. It has to be systemic. But for America to come and start bombing in northern Nigeria, I'm telling you.
Let me take you through some of the reactions coming from Nigerians as people keep debating if America is eyeing resources or not. Many Nigerians here are saying America should come. Even if they don't want to take the resources, they will force America to take. That we have resources, we don't have hospitals, we have resources, we don't have good schools, we don't have good roads, we don't have electricity, we don't have anything. And we are saying America is coming to take our resources. That the resources is meant for politicians and the elites. Like this person say that resources that only Sultan has 23 oil well. Imagine. So I don't know. Somebody should help us verify this. If the Sultan owns 23 oil well, oil that is mined in the south is being owned by somebody in the north, up to 23. So guys, a whole lot is to be digged up in this Nigeria. I mean, more information is needed on this. And this person say US must come as far as the resources. Even US must come. As for the resources, even if they reject it, we will force it on them to take it. So Nigerians are saying, Donald Trump, even if you are not coming for the resources, we will force you to take it. And this person say, right from time, I believe, say, na mistake where Oyibo do. Why then give us independence? I beg Donald Trump, please make you colonize us again. Please, since morning I never chop. This person is saying that Donald Trump should come and recolonize Nigeria, that we are tired of what the Britain did to us. This person is saying that my prayer be say they come and recolonize us. Another person here said, Ona, they talk about light and roads. It be like Ona never go hospital. I don't know if I should cry or laugh. Omo, the country is finished. This person is saying, don't even talk about, you are talking about road and light. Go to hospitals where people will be sleeping on the floor despite the resources. This person said, Donald Trump, please come and take our resources in Biafra land and help us exit. Thunder fire the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is a terrorist state and Nigeria now. Okay, this person is speaking from agitation point of view. This person say, I think we start having mineral resources in 2025, not 2014. 2014 when they went to ask Obama to remove Jonathan, they didn't talk about mineral resources. Now Trump wants to save Nigeria. They are now using natural resources as an excuse that Trump is coming for resources. And this person say, now that the US has stepped in, you will see the police, Navy, Army posting about how they are destroying terrorist camp in undisclosed location. So guys, this person say this was Bola Tinubu leading protests against Jonathan over insecurity. Also reports Jonathan to former US Secretary of State John Kerry under Obama's administration. Sure, what they did to Obama, this is the head on your profile, the irony. So this one is saying that this is all a game. US are the ones giving the terrorists weapon to fight. We can't say that is true. This person say, God will bless you, man. You get mineral resources and your politicians must go to UK, France for treatment. America should come and scatter Nigeria quick. Waiting Nigeria, they benefit from this country before. Oil that our politicians, the oil that our politicians are stealing, and nobody is saying anything about it. And now on they are complaining that Trump want to do the same thing. All the hypocrites or hypocritical influencers in Nigeria. And this person say, I'm waiting for America. I will let them come very fast and save us. Don't mind those demonic terrorists who say that they will never allow us to sleep with our eyes closed. And those who say they will never be alive to see us, and they will never be alive see us and drink water and keep cup. Okay, this person is still speaking his own. Another Benin, only Benin have good roads compared to Nigeria. The only natural resources, and yet don't have light or good road, health or care. Zoo, okay. This person say Benin Republic that doesn't have much has good road. This person say, my brother, you have spoken well. America, make America come and help us clear all this nonsense, because Boko Haram that Nigerian government has been romancing and pampering, mumu fool this country, no go work. Go school on a no-go school na scam way I don't know, one of the scam people for Libya or something like that. So also, you know that Nigerians have reacted after the Nigerian military posted fake photos, you know, and Nigerians are saying they thought it's before. Many reactions, people are saying that this country is really gone. The way these people are just taking Nigerians for granted. You can imagine the Nigerian military posting old photo. Now that Trump say he's coming, instead of them to post the right video, they are posting old photo of Donald Trump, and that has raised a whole lot of dust. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at some of these videos. Let me I wanted to comment on the fake photos from the Nigerian military, just to share with you what Nigerians are saying, but let's leave that for another video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.